Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Spumelele Zundi. Today we have a special show for you. We'll give you our top 10 picks of African tech initiatives from 2016. We'll also tell you a bit about the Consumer Electronics Show. We are still on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's newsnetwork at sabc.co.za and email. Let's start with the program. The Consumer Electronics Show is currently happening in Las Vegas in America. We asked Brendan Peterson, tech editor of various publications, what some of his CES picks are this year. He is currently over there.
So 2017 is the 50th year of CES, which takes place every January in Las Vegas. And it's the showcase that sets the standard for what we're going to be seeing in technology throughout the rest of the year and obviously future years. This year was a fairly tame year for CES, fairly similar to last year's CES, but it doesn't mean that even though it was tame, that there were not interesting things to be seen. A staple of CES is televisions. Every year, new TVs are debuted, new technologies debuted. Last year saw 8K panels being debuted by many companies, including Hisense. And this year, luckily, we didn't see 8K or 12K TVs being displayed. Instead of a push towards higher resolution, what many companies have done is they've actually worked on improving existing technologies. Hisense, as you know, obviously makes TVs, home electronics, but they also do mobile devices. And that was one of the most interesting mobile devices that I saw at CES, and it came from Hisense. They've got something called the A2, which is a smartphone which has a traditional AMOLED display on the front. And the AMOLED display is what you'll be seeing on things like Samsung. It's what gives it that wonderful, glorious picture quality on their phones. Hisense South Africa has not confirmed whether the A2 will be coming to South Africa. However, they said that there is a possibility it might be coming this year. The other big thing that you have seen or heard of at CES is the Smart Assistant. And the one name that dominated CES and the Smart Assistant category this year is from a company that doesn't even have a presence at CES. Talking about Amazon and Alexa. Alexa obviously being the smart assistant that Amazon created for the Amazon Echo and Echo Dot. And instead of now just having it in Amazon-made devices, you'll be able to find Alexa in many, many other products and categories which many people would not even have thought of. One of the most surprising ones being cars. Ford has actually announced that they have two cars, or should I say two models, which will be getting Alexa in Ford Sync. On the front of home electronics and things like refrigerators, LG, Samsung both debut fridges where you can actually, on a display on the front of the fridge, tag the items that are inside the fridge so that the refrigerator can then tell you before your products expire, when they're about to expire.
Give me that paperwork. Where is your paperwork?
I'm locked up.
This is not fair. Senta Basizan. Not fair.
Ukuputse rent ka 200. Have to kupula ka 200. Uri ngwana uyi 150 plus koloi yona tlamehile in another one 150.
I'm just the one to lock you out.
Yes, you just want to lock me then out.
You are starting gangsterism.
No.
All right, welcome back. Now, the year 2016 saw a lot happen in the tech space in Africa. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg created a lot of buzz when he visited Kenya and Nigeria. But let's start with our top 10 picks from Africa's tech space. This is your number 10 to number 8. Number 10.
Virtual reality arcades. We now have options such as the virtual reality or VR arcade. Some of us grew up playing in traditional video game arcades. So what exactly is this VR arcade?
It's exactly like a video game arcade except that you have virtual reality. So you come here, you strap a headset onto your face and you enter another world. You can move your head and see different things.
Virtual reality has been a big topic in the tech world in the past few years. We've seen VR movies being introduced, and Facebook even showcased their latest social VR run prototype at this year's Oculus Connect event. Even with the introduction of the technology to these industries, one never thought that a whole VR arcade could actually become a reality.
So there's been a few false starts in VR in the past where people have pushed it, and then when you had the experience it just didn't match your expectations. But finally it's there, and people, when they try it, they realize how cool it is and everybody wants to do it.
Though still new for the South African market, VR arcades are pretty popular in other parts of the world. Piggy Bank, Nigeria.
You save little amounts of money daily, weekly or monthly automatically without thinking about it until you reach your savings target. So you create an account online, you create a savings plan, right? So the person creating a savings plan is you set the amount you want to save. You can save $1 a day or you can save $1,000 a month, right? So you set that amount, set the frequency, set the target, and you add your bank details, your card details precisely. So, and the rest is automatic. So as much as we've created a digital solution to solving the problem of savings, we also want to tap into a huge market that comprises of the unbanked and the unbanked population, which is a very huge market. So what we did was that we created a mobile money solution that allows every individual to save money with our physical agents. So we created agents across communities in Nigeria who can actually come to you, collect money, and then just with your mobile phone. So you get an SMS saying, okay, you've saved 20,000 naira today, or you saved $1,000. Just keep getting credit alert on your phone. So with your mobile phone, it's very easy. With SMS, you can actually reach out to those who are unbanked and underbanked and actually help them save.
Easy Shop. While some go to physical stores, some hit online malls and visit websites like Easy Shop.
Easy Shop is Mozambique's largest online supermarket, which we allow people to buy goods online and we deliver to their doorstep within the same day.
Created by a group of young Mozambican tech entrepreneurs, this online supermarket caters not only for those looking for shopping convenience, but for small to medium farmers looking to sell their produce.
You know, there's a lot of traffic, huge queue lines inside brick and mortar supermarkets, and people don't actually have time. Young people are busy working during the days, so they wanted a more convenient way of shopping for these goods. The other things that we noticed is that it was very difficult to find fresh vegetables and fruits in huge retail supermarkets, because most of these supermarkets, they buy from huge farmers, and the small and medium guys don't have access to these markets, so they live with less than $20 a month. Can you imagine that? So what we decided to do is use our online platform to connect the small and medium-sized producers to consumers.
Though e-commerce is steadily growing in Mozambique, competition in the selling of perishable goods isn't that tight in the country.
So in Mozambique, there are a couple of guys doing something on e-commerce, which focus more on the non-perishable goods, like computers and things like that. We are currently the only one focusing on food, which is an online supermarket. So mainly our competition comes from the brick and mortar existing stores, which is fun because they are half competition, half partners, because we also work with them.
Easy Shop is only a year old.
And now remember that you can find us on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Over there you can tell us what you think we should be covering in 2017 and what you think of our top 10 picks of Africa's tech space from 2016. Now as we continue with our top 10 picks of some of the stuff that happened in Africa's tech space in 2016, let's see what number 7 up to number 4 are. Number 7.
Maxi Cash. Mukwamu, co-founder of a mobile application called MaxiCash. The app is aimed at helping African expatriates send money home.
When one thinks of sending money home, it could be peer-to-peer cash transfers, or it could be buying airtime or paying for school fees or hospital bills. So the list really expands. So it was just making that process a lot easier for African expats, bearing in mind that they have such high fees, going through your traditional agencies and so forth. So we just thought that, that money could be routed to better use.
Being an expat from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Tanya found it rather challenging to send money from South Africa to her home country. This is when the MaxiCash app was born.
It was really personal frustration to begin with, like I think a lot of solutions. I'm an expat myself. I'm originally from the DRC, so I've had that experience of sending money to my parents or anyone that I support back home, and having to leave work and take time off, and there's so much paperwork, and often you don't have the right papers. I've been robbed, believe it or not, with all the with cash on me. So it was really just my own experience, and through studies, obviously, I noticed that a lot of African experts and others experience the same issues. So it took the time to study and have the proper technology and make sure the market was ready for our solution.
Because of South Africa's functional banking infrastructure, mobile money services such as Kenya's M-Pesa rarely survive. What makes MaxiCash different from these?
The app is available for download on Google Play and your Apple Store. And one downloads it from anywhere. And we do have some selective markets where you can cash out your funds. So right now, from a cash out point of view, you can cash out in South Africa as well as the DRC, and soon entering into like the Eastern African market. We integrate with the FNB e-wallet, so the recipient will receive the money like they would, you receive your SMS, your e-wallet payment is there, and you go to any FNB ATM and cash it out.
Tanya comes from a logistics and transportation industry and fell into the tech world, where she learned a lot, and with the help of other techies, she eventually built an app that will make life easier for others.
6.
Afro's games.
Two characters, Karabo and Sipo, play, and you're playing. It's an artificial intelligence. So what we've done behind the back end, we've actually had 60 questions that actually can test you whether you understand what gender-based violence is. So now they play, and then if you've ever played Moraba, you have to have three tabs in a row, and then if you fail, the question comes up, like what is date rape? So you have 4 answers which you can choose, and if it's wrong, of course we don't condemn, we just say, no, actually date rape could be this. And if you're a boy, is that correct? Is that wrong? If you had the power, what would that mean to you as a young person? What should you do? So that's the type of issues that we deal with.
Number 5.
To VAC work.
University students decided to spend their holidays gaining valuable skills at the Gig Culture VAC work.
They showed us how to video edit and edit photos, so we did that.
I learned coding. We created our own website now. So now our mentor, he asked me to come and do some coding, and he told me what to do, and it was really fun doing the coding, and also how to use Photoshop.
They've been using those skills to design apps as well. This is knowledge that isn't offered in their township schools. Some don't even have computer classes in school.
It's been hectic, It's been quite hectic because some of them never used the computer before. You have to start them to show them how a computer works, and then take them through the whole app ecosystem to make them understand. And then from then we make them come up with ideas. And then they have to do research in what's out there. How can they improve their solutions? So the focus this time was on healthcare systems.
The groups participating came up with some great ideas they feel can solve challenges in their communities, like this smart tank to help rural communities save water.
With the device, you just go to the tank and then you request the amount of water that you want, and then it'll just pop out exactly the amount of water requested. And then if, for instance, you made a mistake, I have a 5-liter bucket and I requested for 6 liters, and then water spills down on the ground, we have a moisture sensor that will close the tank automatically.
Gig Culture organizes its VAC work 3 times a year in Pretoria, Kimberley and Nelspruit. Some of these school pupils with cool ideas will gain further incubation from Standard Bank. Number 4.
Tsimologong Precincts.
Innovation Hub and Incubator will house some of South Africa's developers, tech startups, companies like the IBM Research Lab.
It's to promote both digital innovation and entrepreneurship. The two things that will come out of this space will be new businesses, startups in the digital space, and skills, a lot of skilled ICT people. And it will work on a membership scheme, so people will join as members. We've got sponsored members, but people will join as members, will have a place to work, a place to interact and form communities, and to come out with a new business or some skills.
The first event to be hosted in the precinct is a Fagukesi African Digital Innovation Festival. The festival will showcase work by African digital artists and host people from the sector in the African continent. One of the buildings at Timologong is the Old Ink nightclub, which will largely remain the way it looked when it was a club.
The challenge was that they were useful buildings, but they needed renovation. So I've been spending time since 2013 building partnerships, raising funds to do a major renovation of these 5 inner city buildings, and it's been a very exciting and very useful journey, because at the end of it we've got something that I think every Joburger and every South African will be proud to have this space within Braamfontein next to Wits University, promoting digital innovation in our economy.
Most of the precinct is ready. Alright, stay with us if you want to find out what's at number 3 all the way to number 1. Now, we've been running our competition over the last few weeks. Last week we were giving away the Huawei P9 smartphone. The question we asked was, which country is online store EasyShop from? Quite a number of you got that one right, but there can only be one winner. We will find out about that after the break. Now let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Now this is Trends, of course, your one-stop serving of all that's juicy and trending in the world of entertainment and showbiz. My name, of course, is Refill Wemwilo.
I'm Dr. Sello Mutaung, and this is Our Talk.
A very good morning and welcome to Media Monitor. I'm your host, Alicia Jolly.
My name is Dumile Matez.
William Mulabati.
My name is Mpo Sedu. What time is it? It's question time.
For your daily dose of current affairs, tune in to the SABC News Channel.
It is the SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Now, as explained in the beginning of the program, today's program is slightly different. We're doing a countdown of some of our Africa's tech picks for 2016. This is your number 3 all the way up to number 1, an initiative that really impressed us.
Number 3. Kenya's low-cost phototherapy machine.
This is a phototherapy machine, and it's used to cure jaundice in kids. Once you expose the baby to this blue light.
On a mission to save lives, this is the Maker Space, a fabrication lab, or a Fab Lab as they are globally known, situated at the University of Nairobi. Here, healthcare workers and young engineers are seeking solutions on low-cost, high-quality, easy-to-use and maintain medical equipment. The first project is to come up with innovations that will see a reduction in Kenya and eventually Africa's high maternal and infant deaths.
The process that we go through is called design thinking. So we work very closely with the clinicians so that whatever has gone into the design, they have participated. So it's not something that's foreign to them. We didn't sit somewhere and make it and then just present it to them. So we worked hand in hand over 3 years to develop all the products that we do with them.
For many healthcare professionals and healthcare facilities in Africa, the cost of equipment and maintenance is always out of reach. This means affordability for most of Africa's poorest remains a pipe dream. The makerspace at the University of Nairobi is hoping to change that through innovations that are local.
ICT club.
Today we are only concentrating on the Google Drive.
In Emalahleni, a group of teachers got their very first computer lessons recently. This is thanks to an NGO called Mpumalanga ICT Club.
Teachers, they organize themselves because in the ICT club, so that they are getting training at any time when they need training. They don't need to wait for the department officials to come and train them. But when they are organized, and then they can call a trainer at any time, and then they can get the training.
The club operates in Emalahleni, Steve Tshwete and Emakazeni districts. It helps teachers in about 30 schools per district. One of these schools is Maloma Primary School. Apart from teachers, they also train students and some of the community members.
First of all, I didn't know how to Google. I've always wanted to learn, but I did not have money.
Sengiyakwazi manje ukuvula i-computer, create a folder, to do emails, to mail match, I'm a business card, trademarks. I gain more knowledge I can Google for my young child.
The ICT Club has a support from both the Department of Basic Education and Corporate. Google Education Group and Microsoft Educator networking sessions focus on teacher and student training. Intel She Will Connect gives computer skills to young ladies and mothers of learners. The club is partnered with SchoolNet, a public benefit NGO focusing on teacher development.
Number 1.
First animation school in Ethiopia.
This one room is Ethiopia's first cartoon institute. Philemon, the co-founder, is training students how to create cartoon movements with different backgrounds.
Students must be computer literate and have passion for cartoons. The trainees should also have creativity and great patience, since these animation films have a long process in production.
The training on offer is tailored to what the students need to learn. Some come with skills in graphic design, so no need of additional lessons in computing to venture into cartoon production. Others are starting from scratch. Students can expect to achieve a good level of competence within 3 to 6 months.
I want to do my own cartoon films and express my feelings. That is why I'm learning.
I'm coming here because I like cartoon films. Cartoon is very good to express feelings.
While there are other institutions training in animation, cartoon production is a new venture in Ethiopia. At this institute, animation is part of the package offered, but special emphasis is given to cartoons.
There are some people who are trying to make cartoons. We see some initiatives going here and there, but it's not strong enough. So what we aspire is to have big industry who produces cartoons, because our country is rich in culture and heritage. We have many stories that we are going to tell.
10 years ago, the two brothers, Nestant and Philemon, started teaching themselves how to produce cartoons. Their first cartoon film, The Cave, which took them 2 years to produce, was aired in 2005.
When we were doing this cartoon film, there were no schools. There were no professionals who are skilled of doing this. So if we are capable of doing this thing, why not we have many of people who are going to help us or themselves to make more and more cartoon films.
Today, the brothers rely on modern production equipment and software, although have ambitions to improve even further as the institute grows in popularity.
In its first 5 months of operation, this Cartoon Institute has enrolled 20 interested students. The owners say that inquiries are coming in every day and more people are getting more interested in learning more about cartoon production.
All right, it's SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Find us there and tell us what you think of our top 10 and whether you think your favorites made it to the top 10 and what you think we should have included if we left them out. Now, just a reminder that last week's competition question was, which country is online store EasyShop from? It's also noted that some of you answered the question several times on our social media pages. Now, there can only be one winner of the Huawei P9 smartphone, and that is someone who tweets as Chief Mlu. Now, Chief Mlu entered probably about 100 times, if not more, but you only need to enter once in order for you to be considered. Chief Mlu, your prize is on its way. This week on Twitter, we asked you if you still trust Samsung after the Note 7 battery explosions last year. The phone is expected to release a new phone soon. It seems that only a slight majority of respondents say yes. That number is at 46%. Second to that, and with a small difference, are those who say no at 41%. Then there is a small percentage that says it has never liked Samsung anyway. That figure is at 13% of respondents. And that's all we have for you. Find us on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's News Network at sabc.co.za and email. We're leaving you with a video of the cool stuff being showcased at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. For me and the rest of the network team, have a good one. Bye-bye.